the place I think this gets really more intuitively um, problematic for humans, certainly for me, is it's not the seeing me clearly that I worry about. It's the you, big brother, trying to influence my behavior without my knowledge. I think at the end of the day, it's using those knobs and dials to make me do things. Again, exploiting holes in my monkey brain, to buy more stuff or to, be a better citizen or comply with this law or that law. That to me feels like where the real worry is. So if the picture is more acceptable to me because I have more light shined into that dark corner, I have more visibility, more control. That's one thing. And then I think the other radical idea around this is don't also be using this data to try to manipulate me, because I think we react quite negatively to that and probably correctly. Because that is something you'd never know whether you're doing it for my good and or for my bad. And the line between those things is pretty blurry in a lot of cases. If you look at the Venn diagram of that, what I would say is no, it's not for the system to change the behavior of the individuals. What we ought to be doing is flipping that script as well and saying, I want you to change your own behavior in accordance with your own moral, philosophical, and well-being needs. In order to do that, what I ought to be doing is putting the data back into your hands. So yes, I have to collect it, centralize it, process it, because you don't want straight feeds of raw data from sensors and stuff. You don't have the resources to make sense of it. I don't have the resources to make sense of it. I need to do something with it, but then I should be putting it back in your hands. So to make that concrete, with COVID, instead of the employer, instead of the government, mandating social distancing, tracking how often you're spending time and looking at, the individuals you're spending time with and trying to manipulate your behavior. Yeah, that might be done for a good reason. They're trying to keep you and your family healthy. But what if instead of them doing it, I put the power back into your hands, Takatoshi, so you can see, presumably you care about your friends and family, right? I don't need the company to do that for me. Arm me with the information necessary to make better decisions. Let me change my behavior. And yes, have the organization there to back us up, to help us with that, maybe recommend best practices. But ultimately, I think that's where, empowering people with this information, that's the antidote to this big brothery behavioral modification creepiness that I think is at the heart of that dystopian problem.